We need a basic income as a matter of real priority if we are going to recover.
I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income.
Job one is to get more money directly in the hands of the American people in the form of the universal basic income.
Have now expressed support for a temporary universal basic income to help everyone.
A basic income would be a matter of paying every individual an equal basic amount. It wouldn't be a large amount. It wouldn't be enough to cover all your essentials or your lifestyle, but it would be enough to provide people with basic security in extremis. And the important thing is it should be paid individually, not on a household basis. It should be paid equally, it should be paid in cash and without conditions. I think the economic case has moved from being desirable to being absolutely essential as a result of the pandemic. We have a fragile economic system. And in those circumstances, the pandemic is a profound demand shock. The worst possible reaction would be a quantitative easing, like they did after 2008, pouring billions of dollars, euros, or whatever into the financial markets, combined with austerity, where you cut public spending because you've got a budget deficit because you've been spending all that money in the financial markets. What you've got to do is stimulate aggregate demand. We need to stimulate the demand for basic goods and services. And that will come from a basic income. The other routes will not work. They won't kickstart the economy. When the lockdown is released, having a basic income would actually mean that people will spend more than they would otherwise. And that is why we need a basic income as a matter of real priority if we are going to recover. Is it affordable? And I say yes, very, very easily affordable. We have an enormous amount of subsidies paid out to rich corporations, rich individuals. We have an enormous amount of tax reliefs given to the same groups. We have an enormous amount of excess expenditure on private and public bads, not goods. And we can easily restructure our fiscal system to build up the capacity to pay a better and better basic income. It's very viable. It's not something that is unrealistic or utopian. It would cost about 3% of GDP. If we have a situation where living standards collapse by 20 or 30%, which is not unreasonable as a prediction, then you're going to find that millions of people will be unable to buy things like soap or fresh water, simple basics which they need to survive. Finland was an ill-designed pilot. It only provided to 2,000 unemployed people. It was not a failure. It didn't result in increased unemployment or increased idleness or anything like that. It went to its course. It was a 2-year experiment. The right-wing finance minister was opposed to the idea of a basic income, and he opposed it all the way through. I've summarized about 20 pilots that have been conducted in different types of economy: Canada, United States, Britain, India, Namibia. I mean, we've seen them in different types of economy. And in every single case where there's been a basic income, we've seen improvements, less stress, better health care, and people spend their money relatively wisely. Of course, you can identify a few who will misuse it, but that's the case with everything. That's the case with everything. What we have to do is realize it's a systemic change. I support a basic income because I think it's an instrument for agency, an instrument for giving people freedom and security and a matter of social justice.